Right? There are some elements of your application that you can't ask for a do-over, that you have absolutely no control over. You can't control which school you did your undergrad from, assuming you have graduated. Well, even otherwise, you no longer have any control over it. You have no control over your GPA. You have no control over, whether you're a first generation college student, or what sort of opportunities that you had growing up. Or you don't have control over most of the diversity factors. There are several things in your application that you do not have any say on. So you have to live with it, even if you particularly regret the school you studied in or the GPA that you have, right? But there are 4 5 very distinct elements in your application that you can control. So as you start about with your application process, these are the elements that you need to maximize your attention on. Don't express regret about studying from a particularly bad university or studying having a low GPA. Right? There are some things you can explain in your optional essay, but you don't have to feel bad about it or think that you have committed a crime or treat it as if it's something that you cannot be overcome. Right? All the factors of your application, whether you're happy with it or not, can be made up for with the other aspects that are in your control. Right? So your GMAT score, your GRE, your EA score, whatever you choose to apply with, that's in your control. You can choose the test that's favorable for you. You can choose the addition of the test that's favorable for you and the preparation that you have invested. And you can also make sure that you're doing the necessary effort and practice to get the score to the approximate range that you want to get to. Other things in your control, your resume and your application essays are extremely important. The formatting that a lot of us use for our resume when we are applying to a job is not the format that you will use when you have to apply to an MBA program. I've seen a lot of people use absolutely the same sort of template. They don't even edit it. They just take the last resume that they use to apply to the last job which they look for, then add the recent job details, and then they submit it. But there is a lot of thought that goes into your resume. The bullet points are different, the sections are different. Well, not different, but relative importance, right? And that changes. So what you focus on is different from what you focus on when it comes to your job application. So you need a different resume in place. Then the letters of recommendation from the two people who are giving you the letters of recommendation. Most schools ask for two, some ask for one, some ask for three, some like USA don't care about the letters of recommendation at all and don't even ask it. That's a rarity. Most schools will ask you for at least some letters of recommendation. So if you need to start talking to your managers and making friends with them, please do so. You need them to invest some time into your application process. So those are factors that you need to keep in mind as well. And for every school, a letter of recommendation has to go from the recommender's email. So if you're applying to 8 schools, even if they're not writing 8 letters of recommendation and are just submitting the same answers, they still have to go through the submission process 8 times, right? So you need that to be that close a friend with your managers, right? And of course, the interview process and how you answer. Good thing is, most business schools do not have a stress interview where they put you in the hot seat and try and trap you in your answers. They're just trying to understand who you are. There are standard questions that schools ask, are known for asking. So if you prepare for those well, then you can have a good performance in your interview as well.